What's up, YouTube? It's your boy. Hey, bro, I just got kicked out for no reason, bro. And then my mama calls me all types of bitches and tells me she hates me. All of this, bro. I didn't even do nothing, bro. I swear to God I did, bro. And then she tells me I'm gonna be nothing. I'm gonna be a bum, bro. All because I didn't have no clothes to wear for school, bro. Because she didn't wash them, bro. What, bro? Like, what, bro? I swear, this is before I blow up, bro. This is literally before I blow up, bro. Just watch how everything gonna change and people gonna change when I blow up, bro. Just watch, bro. This is all before I blow up. Just watch, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
I want y'all to understand something real quick. Fellas, especially you, I want y'all to understand this is how red pill villains are created. This is exactly how red pill villains are created. It starts off with a deadbeat father that's not in the picture, and then it starts out with a single mother that's burnt out, stressed out on her own, doing everything by herself, no help, and reaches wits end and constantly talks to her son crazy. You ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna do that. And I'm not excusing, I'm not making excuses for the single mother, because we have to have this discussion. As when we look at these young boys like this, that hurt my heart to see that. It really did. And but it also brought clarity as to why we have so many men out here that hate women. We just go ahead and say it. We have a lot of men out here that hate women. Whenever you see a lot of men, all these podcasts is just constantly popping up on your algorithm, on your timeline. You know, black women, the hair, the natural hair and the wigs and the weave, and black women and the makeup and this and that. And black women, you think your career matters to us? Black women, and it's like, God, dog, where all this hatred come from? And when I seen that video, it reminded me that's exactly where it comes from. This is a discussion that needs to be had. Because fellas, when you have a lot of men that's just constantly moving the goalposts when it comes to finding something wrong with women and criticizing every category of women, that's a level of hatred that's in denial. That's in a lot of you. A lot of you don't want to be honest. A lot of you don't want to admit it. But a lot of you are suffering because you grew up with a single mother. And this is why I try to tell women, watch how you talk to your son. You gotta speak life into your son, especially when you're a single mother. It sucks that the dad is not there, because I'm gonna get on the deadbeat fathers in a minute. But single mothers, you really gotta understand your words of affirmation really matters when the man is not in the picture, or when the father is not consistent. Words of affirmation matter. So if you blow up and you cuss your son out, you stupid MF, ooh, you look like your dang on daddy. I can't stand looking at you sometimes. Like, stuff like that destroys and plants those seeds of hatred in a little boy. This is exactly why we have so many men out here that's broken. And then on top of that, growing up in a household with a single mother that's angry, stressed out, takes her anger out on her son. And now he grew up not getting therapy, not talking to anybody, not sorting out his problems. And now he's dishing it out on women. And now let me talk about deadbeat fathers, because we have to start having smoke as men. We have to start acknowledging the failure of deadbeat fathers. This whole fixation that a lot of men have on ranting and raving about single moms and all this other stuff. And I mean, and if you don't want to date a woman that's a single mom, cool, that's your preference. That's your preference. Don't deal with it. If that's what you don't want to do you, bruh. Be my guest. Hey, but to go above and beyond out of your way for some of you to just really just beat that drum into just single mother, and then to the point where it's trolling. But y'all don't say nothing as men. A lot of you don't say nothing about the deadbeat father. But it's only all this smoke that's applied to women as single mothers. Excuse me. Nose was itching. But we have to start, as men, we have to start having smoke for deadbeat fathers. We got to start talking about it. If we going to sit around on these podcasts, fellas, and, you know, these content creators, you know, talking about single mothers and all this other stuff, when are we going to start having dialogue about deadbeat fathers and the damages that it has done to us, to some of you? You know, my parents, they were married all the way up to my senior year of high school, actually my senior year in high school. And that was a hard year for me to get ready for prom, graduation, getting ready to play college ball, figuring out who I'm assigned, you know, to play football for. And then on top of that, deal with my parents going through a divorce. That was hell. That was hard on me. All the way to the finish line for my parents to wait. Okay, now my son is old enough. Okay, we can divorce now. My brother already, you know, moved out of the house. And you know, with me being a senior, it was just thrown and blown in my face that, hey, this is what we were doing the whole time. Staying together until you and your brother got a certain age. In my senior year, going through the process of seeing my mom and dad divorce. That did damage to me. I had to go do therapy. I had to go to some counseling for that. And that's the work that a lot of you men are not willing to do. And it's a lot of unhealed, trauma-filled men walking around here in the universe, projecting that all in their dating life, projecting that all towards women. But I saw this video and I just wanted to have a quick dialogue about it, man, because this really hurt my heart, dude. It really did. And just talking about the video real quick, boy, young man, you need to learn how to wash your clothes. You need to learn how to wash your clothes, because that's where it stemmed from. You know, she was, you know, cussing him out because he said something about his clothes not being washed or whatever. I was really trying to understand what he was saying, but he was crying through the entirety of the video. But that's another thing we have to understand as parents. How can you kick your son out? How can you kick your daughter out when you haven't shown them basic survival skills? A lot of them, they don't know how to cook. They don't know how to clean properly. You know, for their room or the kitchen or washing dishes. They don't know how to balance finances. Basic life skills. You know, washing your clothes, stuff like that. But you want to kick your daughter out. You want to kick your son out. And they got to find and make a way. That's another reason why we have so many broken people in the world right now. So many broken men. Because a lot of men were kicked out at the age of 17. All right, you graduated, you got to grow up like I did. And thrown in the lion's den, thrown thrown out there to the wolves. That's another reason why we have a lot of men out here that's angry with women, because their mother kicked them out at 17. I've done the best I could. 17 years. You graduated, you 18. Go on now. Go on, figure it out. Don't have a job yet. Don't have this figured out. Don't have that figured out. So it's faults on both sides. But at the same time, fellas, you got to understand, if you grew up in a household with a single mother, that has narrow-minded a lot of men, because I'm not making excuses for women as single mothers, but a lot of you criticize the parent that stayed, the parent that's trying. And that makes no sense to me, to criticize and demonize the parent that stayed in the picture. And yeah, as a man or as a young woman, you went through challenges with your mother being a single mother. But she stayed and she tried to do the best that she could do. Especially if you know you had a single mother that was trying. Okay? But what happens is, and I'm just speaking for men, what happens with a lot of men when they grow up with a single mother, the father is obsolete. The father is out of the picture. So it's easy to forget about your dad. It's easy to not have an idea what manhood looks like because he's not in the picture. Now you have to try to figure it out all through this one parent that stayed in the picture. So every little thing that parent does, every little thing that your single mom does, that you grew up, whether you realize this or not, fellas, everything that your single mom has done and your mom and your dad is not in the picture, you got a front row seat to look at your mom and to watch every little single thing and to criticize and just to critique your mom. So if a lot of times if a single mother don't get this right or get that right or don't date properly in front of their son, and they got, you know, a certain amount of men coming around the house, or just certain mannerisms, that creates, unfortunately, an unfair hatred towards women. And you gotta realize, fellas, when you grew up with a single mother that didn't have a dad that was there, she would try to call and get him in the picture, try to get him in your life, and he voluntarily opted out. That was a lot of frustration and a lot of anger there, fellas. You got to understand that. But, you know, that's just something that I wanted to talk about. Because like I say, mom, you know, mothers, be careful on how you talk to your son. All that cussing him out and SOB, F you, sit your dumb A down. Ooh, you like your dang on daddy, and you showing him that you hate his dad, and you showing him that not only you hate his dad, but just because you look like your dad, I'm gonna take it out on you. I've seen that. Ladies, don't act like you haven't seen that exist. I've seen that happen. Oh, you just remind me of your daddy. Oh, for your son to see that he reminds you of his dad. He reminds you of the man that left you. So I'm going to take it out on you because you look like the man that left me high and dry. It's errors on both sides. But anyway, man, y'all have a good one. Leave a comment down below. Peace.